Previously on How to Facts Up, we watched a miracle machine fall apart. Tonight, the stakes get bigger. This time, we dive into a $32 billion illusion. A rise so fast, nobody checked the math. And to break it all down, I'm handing things over to our narrators. Trust me, you'll want to hear this one.
The end came faster than anyone expected. One moment, FTX was worth $32 billion. The next, withdrawals froze like someone unplugged reality itself.
Twitter caught fire first. Are funds safe? Yes. No? Maybe. It was like watching a billionaire perform live improv. Badly.
Inside the company, panic spread even quicker. Phones ringing, screens flashing red, employees Googling how to disappear professionally.
And Sam? He tweeted, "Everything is fine," which, historically, is the surest sign that nothing is fine.
Investors rushed for answers. Users rushed for their money. And FTX rushed straight into a brick wall made of its own bookkeeping.
Within 48 hours, the empire collapsed. A billion-dollar exchange, taken down by a balance sheet held together with duct tape and optimism.
By the time the dust settled, one truth was impossible to ignore. The crash didn't start that day.
No, it just ended that day. The real cause was buried way back at the beginning.
Before the collapse, there was a legend in the making. A billionaire who looked like he'd just rolled out of a coding marathon and somehow convinced the world he was its financial savior.
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried, the only CEO in modern history who could raise billions while dressed like he was still arguing on Reddit at 3 a.m.
But that was the magic. The messy hair, the crumpled t-shirts. It wasn't a lack of style, it was a strategy. He was selling the persona of a man too brilliant for trivial things.
And Wall Street bought it. They called him the next Warren Buffett. A comparison that should have set off alarm bells, or at least a sensible dress code.
The media crowned him. Magazine covers, talk shows, glowing profiles labeling him the philosopher king of crypto.
He wasn't just building an exchange, he was building a church. And his followers didn't believe in the charts, they believed in him.
FTX marketed itself as the secure, responsible face of crypto, the platform your grandfather could use without knowing what a blockchain even was.
And Sam's greatest talent? Talking in a rapid-fire torrent of jargon and idealism, so fast that no one dared slow him down with a difficult question.
The more he spoke, the more they trusted. The more they trusted, the less they looked.
That's how you build a cult. Not with chants and ceremonies, but with unshakable confidence and the shimmer of inevitability.
The money flooded in. Celebrities endorsed him. Arenas bore his logo.
And with every burst of hype, the reality beneath it all sank further from view.
The rise was breathtaking.
But the flaws, they were there all along. We just need to rewind the tape a little further to see them.
Before FTX was a headline, before it was a global inferno, it was a spark. And like most disasters, it started with a single brilliant mind who saw rules not as guidelines, but as limitations.
Oh, our hero. His kingdom was a cramped apartment. His throne, a beanbag. His court, a mountain of empty soda cans and energy drinks. The vibe was less future of finance, more all-nighter that never ended.
And he was sharp, you have to understand, frighteningly smart. But he'd fallen for the oldest trap in the book. He believed his intelligence made him immune to failure.
That's the prologue to every great collapse, pure, unadulterated arrogance, wearing the mask of innovation.
A few early wins in the market sealed it. Every successful trade wasn't just profit, it was proof. A green candle on a screen, feeding a God complex.
But a myth is lonely without believers. So he built a circle, a tight-knit group of enablers whose favorite word was yes, even when the data was screaming no.
So what took the place of structure, of governance, of basic fundamental risk management?
Oh, a single shared Google sheet, a half-deflated beanbag, and trust. Overwhelmingly, catastrophically, trust.
And just like that, the foundation was poured. The blueprint for a billion-dollar empire built on two pillars, unchecked enthusiasm and a collaborative spreadsheet.
It's the kind of origin story that makes you chuckle right up until the moment you remember how this story always ends.